Hello. This is Fred, your agronomist and a farmer, and we are back to our class. Hope you are taking notes. Hope you have been following my previous classes. If you have not seen my previous classes, you can go back, watch. I have a very good class from land preparation, seed selection, planting up to this stage. Because for today's class, I want to be very specific and I want to discuss several things on flowers and fruit formation. After vegetative stage, remember at vegetative stage we apply a nitrogenous fertilizer, and after nitrogenous fertilizer we come and apply calcium based fertilizer. Some of the calcium based fertilizer have boron zinc, with boron and zinc. If you don't do it in granular form, you can use foliar for the sake of boron and zinc. And that is our point of discussion, or that is our point of discussion today. Because after vegetative stage, we want to make fruits. Yes. And for us to make fruits, we need flowers. So, how do we do it? For flowers to develop or for flowers to emerge, there are so many factors that are involved. Among them is the age of the crop. The crop reaches a certain age, and that is the time to produce flower. Also, crop stress can lead to reduction of flower. And there is a certain age, maybe it's after 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and your crop still can't produce flower. So how do we approach this, or how do we do it, or how do we make sure we have flowers? Because with zero flowers you cannot get fruits. And as a farmer, remember I told you before reaching this point, watering is very essential. Do as much water as possible. Make sure your watermelon is not dry, because water is the driving force, or it's what pushes the watermelon to good production or to healthy production. At now, for your flower, it has reached a stage to produce flowers and it has not produced flowers. What is lacking? It's lacking boron as a nutrient. Boron induces flowers. There are so many other things that induces flowers, so many hormones that are needed, but boron is among the macronutrient that is needed at this stage. And in most cases, boron comes hand in hand with calcium. For you to be able to have as many flowers as possible, make sure when that time comes, you introduce boron as a nutrient, and you'll get all the flowers that you need. Remember, I told you the mission is to produce fruit. You cannot have fruit without flowers, so you need boron. Then please note this, you can produce a flower and that flower falls. You lose the flower. We call it flower abortion. You experience flower abortion. You see how tricky it is. You use a lot of boron, you use a lot of calcium, but at the end of it, you lose the flower. For us to keep the flower, or for us to keep the flower to form into a fruit, or for the fruit now that has been formed not to abort, we need something known as zinc. Zinc is very important. It holds the flower and gives the flower a support that is needed. The flower is there up to and forms a big fruit. So you need zinc. This zinc, there are some fertilizers, or there are some product with calcium, boron and zinc. The other product with boron, zinc alone, and other trace element of other products. So you also need to be very cautious on the product you use, but those are the key products that I am going to use. So now, after the flower has not fallen, calcium takes over in developing, expanding, and making the flower the fruit big. So when your fruit now is bigger because of what you are applying, remember the approach is if there is an abortion today, if you see a flower abortion or you see a fruit abortion today, it's because of what was not done 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So whatever you do today, the result will be seen a week or 2 from today. So sometimes you may not be able to rush and rectify something. It's always good to be proactive. It's always wise to be to do things before you see the challenges, because once the challenges are observed or the effect is seen, the bad effect, that means the damage has already been done and cannot be rectified. And watermelon, the bad thing with watermelon is once you skip a certain stage, you may not be able to come back and rectify that again. So always be proactive, have a calendar, have a routines of what is supposed to be done, especially in fertilizer application. No, this is vegetative stage, this is what I'm going to apply. This is flowering, I'm going to use fruit and flowers, I'm going to use boron, zinc, I'm going to use calcium. Now after the fruit has formed, that will increase the level of calcium because you are no longer interested with flowers. Remember, we always target 2 to 3 fruit per plant, so we have already achieved that. And during fruit development, that's why we come with the IK fertilizers. IK is high potassium fertilizers. This is to increase the size of the fruit, make the fruit sweet, to sweeten the fruit, and also to beautify the fruit. Remember, all these products that I'm talking about, we have organic and inorganic product. But potassium, it's potassium. If it's organic or inorganic, it's potassium. But now the mood of the manufacturers is manufacturing technique is what differs now. It's up to you as a farmer to choose which way you are going to do your fertilizers. Maybe organic, go for it. Inorganic, go for it. So those are the simple steps as far as flowers, fruit up to ripening is concerned. Remember, water is the driving force to increase the size, to have as big fruit as possible, and to have a fruit with kgs. All you need is water. All you need is a lot of water in watermelon farming. If this is the first time you're watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you are happy with this content, share. You're free to share. Leave a comment, and also don't forget to like the video. Bye.